Hey there, it's Nicole from Cole's Kitchen. I want to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about food culture. I've been a part of the food industry for well over 15 years now. I've got a business in the food industry. I've been a part of the food industry, both front and back of house, sales, production, manufacturing, everything. So I love food. But naturally I wanted to be able to extend this conversation to everybody. Really discover, different types of food cultures, especially being in a place like Toronto, we get exposed to so many different types of cuisines. And really kind of just look into the food ecosystems, how we're getting our food, where we're getting our food from, who's making our food, kind of just everything. I wanted to delve into food culture. And I thought, what better way to start this off, being it's the month of February, than to look at the way the Black community has affected food culture. Now, my father is from St. Kitts and Nevis, it's a Caribbean nation, and I myself have a lot of influences from both the African as well as the Caribbean influences of food, but it's bigger than that. And so I wanted to be able to kind of look into some of the influential characters, the styles of food, the styles of cooking, and again, really bring it back to how the Black community has influenced these ideas. And so very, very rudimentarily, I started looking through. I started looking for people. I started looking for faces, for cooks, for farmers, business owners, anything and everything. This day and age, it'd be, social media contributors. And, it's not written anywhere in stone, but just from what I've read and what I've encountered when I've been able to research, a damn strong argument can be made that the Black community not only was a part of and informed, the food culture as we know it today, but damn, the Black community could damn near make what hospitality is. The ideals of hospitality and service, cooking, chefs, house management, kitchen management, celebrity chefs, cookbooks, all these things we know about in food and just kind of almost take for granted, I think. We really trace back the history and the roots of it all, which is a challenge in itself. The Black community had a lot to do with food culture and the way that we know food today. And I wanted to take this time to, look at a few of those important figures and understand how much their contributions still affect us to this day, hundreds of years later. So what I plan on doing is, through particular historical characters, I want to be able to look at the history of the Black community in food. So, to put it bluntly, slavery. So those figures in slavery and how their experiences in slavery were also able to still inform the way that we know and love food today. I want to look at women in Black history who are very often overlooked and really hard to find information about, credible information. So that's something I wanted to talk about. I want to look at how food and the people who handled food were able to dissect law in terms of the company they had, the conversations they were able to hold, and the influence that you could argue some of them were able to have. And I think that the way that law and cooking and culinary arts in general interplay is really interesting. And then I want to look at now. I want to understand how the Black community is affecting or being affected by food today. That be here in Canada as well as really, really locally. I want to get into the Toronto food culture. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you learned something. Subscribe to the channel so you're always staying in touch with when I upload new videos. Comment below if you have anything to add, if you're wondering anything, if it's perked up an interest. And again, I hope you enjoy what I have to say and what I'm discovering.